In this video, I am going to talk about the eccentricity, radius and diameter of a graph. Okay, these three concepts are very related to the distance in a graph. So if you are not familiar with the distance in a graph, watch the previous video. Okay. So let's talk about the eccentricity of a graph. Let me give the definition, then after that I will work out an example. So for a graph G, the eccentricity of a vertex V element of V is defined to be something like this. So it is denoted like E of V, okay, where V is the vertex under consideration. So it is equal to the maximum over all distances from V to U for all U element of V. Okay, so here what we do is we consider the distance between V and all other vertices in the graph, and we take the maximum, and that will be equal to the eccentricity of that vertex V. Okay, so let me give one or two examples. Okay, so let's consider this graph with 5 vertices, and let the edges be something like this. So let me label the vertices as follows: V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Okay, so let's find the the eccentricity of vertex 1. So by definition it is equal to the maximum over all the distance between V1 and every vertex in V. Okay, so it will be equal to the distance of V1 comma V1, then distance of V1 comma V2, distance of V1 V3, distance of V1 V4, distance between V1 V5. Okay, so this is equal to maximum of what is, okay, distance between V1 and V1. Okay, it's itself. Okay, if we are in V1, okay, we are still in V1, so the distance between a vertex and itself is 0, and distance between V1 and V2, so distance is nothing but the shortest distance between those two vertices. So distance between V1 and V2 is 1. Okay, so we can go from V1 to V2 in using this edge, right? So it's 1, and distance between V1 and V3 is 2. Okay, so you can use this edge, then this edge. Okay, that is the shortest one, that is 2, and vertex between V1 and V4 is again 2. Okay, you can go from here to here, from here to here. Okay, that's also 2, and the distance between V1 and V5 is, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that is the shortest distance. Okay, you can see that there are many paths between V1 and V5, and the distance is nothing but the shorter distance between V1 and V5. The shorter distance is V1 to V2, V2 to V3, and V3 to V5. So the distance is 3. Okay, so that says the eccentricity of V1 is the maximum among all these and that is nothing but 3. Okay, and similarly you can find the eccentricity of all other vertices. So anyway, I am not going to find for all in this manner, so let me write down the eccentricity of other vertices in this graph. So you can see that the eccentricity of V2 is 2. Okay, eccentricity of V3 is also 2. Okay, eccentricity of V4 is also 2, and eccentricity of V5 is also equal to 3. Okay, so you can see that the maximum distance between all these vertex will be from V5 will be this one, V1 to V3, V3 to V2, V2 to V1, or the other way, V5 to V4, V4 to V2, and V2 to V1. Okay, you can see that the distance is 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's why the eccentricity of vertex V5 is 3. Okay, so let's look into one more example. Okay, so let's consider this graph. Okay, a bipartite graph, something like this, and let the vertices be labeled A, B, C, D. Okay, so in this case you can see that if you find the eccentricity of each and every vertex, okay, eccentricity of A is 1, right? So if you consider the shortest distance between A and every other vertex, you can see that you can reach all other vertices by using a single edge, right? And similarly you can also see that the eccentricity of B, okay, C and D are equal, and that's equal to 2. Okay, because here you can see that the shortest distance between B and C is 2, B and D is 2. Okay, similarly between C and B is 2, C and D is 2. Okay, and D and B is 2, and D and C is 2. Okay, so that's how eccentricity of a graph is defined. Okay, so let me give a note here. So here you can see that the eccentricity of a vertex is equal to 1 if and only if V is adjacent to all other vertices. Okay, so in this case you can see that the eccentricity of vertex A is 1, and if you look into this graph you can see that A is adjacent to every other vertex in the graph. Okay, that's what this sentence says. Okay, eccentricity is equal to 1 if and only if V is adjacent to all other vertices in the graph. Okay, so now we have our definition for eccentricity. Okay, now we can talk about the diameter and radius of a graph. Okay, so eccentricity is defined for a single vertex, but the diameter and radius, they are defined for the whole graph. Okay, so let's look into the definition of diameter of a graph. So let me give the definition. So remember, eccentricity is defined for a single vertex and diameter is defined for the entire graph. Okay, so this is how it is defined, usually denoted like DIA for diameter of a graph G. Okay, it is equal to the maximum among all the eccentricities in the graph. Okay, so if you consider graph G1, in this case the eccentricities are 3, 2, 2, 2 and 3. Okay, so that's the diameter of this graph. So in this case the diameter of G1 by definition it is equal to the maximum of 3, 2, 2 and 3. Okay, so that says the diameter of G1 is 3. Okay, so diameter of G is nothing but the maximum among all the eccentricities of the vertices in the graph. Okay, similarly, if you consider this graph G2, the diameter of G2 is equal to the maximum of 1 and 2. So the diameter of this graph is 2. So intuitively you can see that diameter is nothing but the distance between the farthest vertices in the graph. Okay. So let's define the radius of a graph. So similar to diameter, the radius of a graph is defined for the entire graph. Okay. So the radius of a graph is usually denoted like RAD of G, and okay, it is nothing but the minimum. Okay, minimum among all the eccentricities of the vertices of the graph. Okay, so diameter is the maximum among all the eccentricities, and minimum among all the eccentricities is called the radius of the graph. Okay, so if you consider this graph, the radius of G is equal to the minimum among all the eccentricities. So the different eccentricities here are 3 and 2. Okay, so the radius of this graph is 2. Okay, and similarly you can see that the radius of this graph, okay, so this is G1, and radius of G2 is minimum among all the eccentricities. Okay, so here we have 1 and 2, so minimum among 1 and 2 is nothing but 1. So the radius of this graph is 2 and the radius of this graph is 1. Okay, so now we know what an eccentricity of a graph is and the diameter and radius of a graph is. Okay, now two new words called periphery and the center of a vertices. Okay, center of, not vertices, center of a graph. Okay, let's see what they are. Okay, so the peripheral vertex of the graph. So let me give the definition, then after that we will work out this example. So the periphery of a graph is defined as follows. So if the eccentricity of a particular vertex is equal to the diameter of that graph, then V is a peripheral vertex. Okay, so if you consider this graph, okay, the diameter of this graph is, diameter of G1 is 3 and the diameter of this graph G2 is 2. Okay, so if the eccentricity of a vertex is equal to diameter, then V is called a peripheral vertex. So here you can see that, okay, eccentricity of V1 is 3 and the diameter is 3. Okay, so this V1, it is a peripheral vertex, and okay, V2 is not a peripheral vertex because 2 is not equal to 3. Similarly, 3 is vertex V3 is not a peripheral one, and V4 is also not a peripheral one. Okay, and here we can see that the eccentricity of V5 is 3 and the diameter is 3, so V5 is also a peripheral vertex. Okay, so for this graph the peripheral vertices are V1 and V5. Okay, similarly if you look into this graph, okay, you can see that the diameter is 2 and the eccentricity of A is 1, so it is not a peripheral one, and whereas the eccentricity of B, C and D is 2, which is equal to the diameter, so these three vertices are the peripheral vertices for this graph G2. Okay, and the set of all such vertices make what is called the periphery Okay, so here you can see that since the eccentricity is equal to the diameter of a peripheral vertex, okay, it will be at the farthest end points in the graph, okay, and that's what is called the periphery of the graph. Okay, so now let's see a different concept called the center of a vertex. Okay, so it is somewhat similar to the periphery of a vertex. In that case, we dealt with what is called the diameter. Okay, here we are going to do it with what is called the radius. So if the eccentricity of a vertex is equal to the radius of the graph, then V is a central vertex of G. Okay, so if we consider this graph, the radius of G1 is equal to 2, and for this graph the radius of G2 is equal to 1. Okay, so the central vertex is defined in this way if the eccentricity is equal to the radius. Okay, so if you consider V1, the eccentricity of V1 is 3, okay, it is not equal to 2, so that is not a radius. Okay, you can see that eccentricity of V2 is 2, the radius is 2. Okay, so this is a central vertex of this graph, and similarly V3 is also a central vertex, and V4 is also a central vertex, and V5 is not a central vertex because the eccentricity of V5 is 3 and the radius is 2. So if you look into this graph, okay, you can see that the eccentricity of A is 1 and the eccentricity of B, C and D is equal to 2, and only these two matches, right? Because that says the center of this graph is A. Okay, if you look into this graph, you can see that okay, A lies somewhere in the center. Okay, similarly, if you look into this graph again, you can see that okay, these three vertices lies in the center. Okay, so that's why these vertices are called the central vertex or central vertices in this graph. Okay, and similarly, the set of all such vertices can make what is called the center of G. Okay, so if you consider this graph G1, the center of G1 is okay, this set V2, V3 and V4. Okay, and if you consider this one, the center is set A. Similarly, here also if you consider this graph, the periphery of G1 is this set. Okay, set the periphery of G1 is this set B1 and B5. Okay, so that's all about the periphery and the center. Okay, so now we know what an eccentricity of a vertex is, the radius and diameter of a graph, and what are peripheral and central vertices. Okay, now we are